welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'll be giving you a prediction reading for the 24th of November. If you are new, please subscribe, hit the bell notification as well so you know my videos pop up. So I will close my eyes and we'll get started and we'll just see what comes up. God, I'm getting for these people waking up, but this is becoming like a horror movie and they're calling it Fright Night. It's like you're looking at their faces and they're getting a hell of a fright. This is the sleepwalkers. They are. It's becoming their reality. Oh, it's all rolling out. We know it is. They're showing me the carpet and it's got the skull and crossbones on it, this reset carpet, meaning it's a very toxic agenda. If you think of the skull and crossbones, it's often on a bottle of, if something's poison, isn't it? It's an old-fashioned label. If, you know, something's got poison in it, they'll put the skull and crossbones on and, you know. That's what I'm getting. So it's like Fright Night. These people are getting really frightened now. Well, they should be frightened, shouldn't they? Speaking of, they don't know what they've been jabbing themselves with either. You know, some of those might be placebos, but some we know it could be poison. Oh, gosh, it all relates, doesn't it? So it's Fright Night for a lot of the people waking up. It's like the movie Fright Night. I haven't seen that. It is a movie, isn't it? That's what I'm getting. That's look of horror on people's faces. Imagine the look of horror if they actually saw the data. It's incredible, isn't it? I'll see what else we get today. God, the information is coming out. It keeps saying it. It's the bubbles of truth. See, they pop and then the truth's out there. It's out there for good and eventually people find it. God, did you see, just to have a laugh, did you see Fauci the other night talking? Oh, God, they did another little interview with him before he like disappears into his retirement or whatever. And he's still going, just go and get the jab and save your family and do the right thing. Oh, it was the same narrative. I can't even cope with it. I just had to turn it off. I couldn't even stand listening to him. He's just still beating his drum. Yeah. Years later when it didn't even work. Oh, God, it's just insane, isn't it? Sorry, guys. I just get frustrated by that man. I'll see what else we get today. Yeah, I'm getting England's charging forth on the political stage. I said that sushi's going to put you back on the political stage. Sorry, spring, guys. I sneeze constantly. On the political stage. You're right up there now. I'm getting like England's holding a megaphone and they're being heard now. So this is politically, you're getting back on track. You've had a lot of ups and downs this year, but you're getting back on track. You're getting more stability. Might not be the stability, of course, that we are wanting or that you're wanting over there, but it is a bit of stability nonetheless where you can manage to catch your breath for a little bit. Let's see where else we go. God, they're talking about Biden now. They're just saying that, sorry guys, I had cheap foot. They're saying that Biden's getting more and more rickety now. It feels like he's getting really rickety. They're showing me like an old man with a walking stick. He's almost getting to that point. We often talk about it here. We feel like there's a couple of, well, at least two of them, isn't there? It feels like there's a doppelganger that is more upright, more confident. And then there's the real Biden. So I am getting that he's getting more rickety. We know he falls up the stairs and things like this, but it's showing me like a walking stick. He's almost getting to that point where he's feeling unstable on his feet. That's what I'm getting for Biden. I am feeling that he's getting quite unsteady with his footing now, which isn't uncommon at his age because he is, what, 80? Isn't he 80? Just turned, I think. It's crazy, isn't it? So that's what I'm getting. He's getting more rickety and unstable. He's feeling more unstable. Oh gosh, he even looks unstable, doesn't he? And I don't mean just physically. I think in the mind he's a bit unstable. Wouldn't you agree out there? Oh God. I'll see what else we get today. Getting Germany again. I'm just getting the little people. Germany's not handing over their power. They're not handing over their power to government. There's big fights in Germany. There is. There's huge fights in Germany. People are standing up now. They're taking charge of their lives. This is great. It's what we want to hear, isn't it? So I don't know if any of you guys know what's happening in Germany, but there are things happening in Germany. And maybe it's also coming as well. Remember that sometimes, well, mine are predictions, so it can be stuff that's happening presently, but mostly it's about what's coming. So I'm getting that for Germany. Let's see where else we get. Gosh, I'm getting New Zealand. I'm getting that New Zealand's just tired of Jacinda. Everyone's had enough of her dictating ways. She's such a dictator. We know she is. It's just sort of saying people can't stand her now. They're like looking away in disgust, like, oh guys. Because they're tired of her. They're tired of her dictating ways in New Zealand. People are looking away, and it's like looking away in disgust, like, stop talking. It's like people putting their hand up to her and just saying, stop talking. And the way people are feeling is that she's completely ruined their country. That's how people feel over there. They feel like she's ruining their country because she's still doing it. But that's what I'm getting. People can not only feel it, but they can see it. They know she's ruining everything. Because she's changing the whole infrastructure. We know that she is. What's happening with the farmers over there, guys? Let us know where you're up to with the farmers were fighting back against the cow burp taxes. So let us know what's happening there. It's all gone a little bit quiet, but as we know, everything gets pushed down. They don't want any of that coming out and more farmers standing up, do they? So I am getting that in New Zealand. People are just disgusted by the way that she's implementing her agenda. I'll see what else we get. God, they're just showing me the sleepwalkers and they're just saying these fires are burning inside of them. They're burning. Their anger's really... Well, they've sort of moved through their anger, but it's like it's left this burning spark inside of them, and it's growing. So this is the people waking up. There's a real fire inside that's growing, that's sort of going to bring them strength. Oh, gosh. Fingers crossed that it does very soon. Because things aren't good, are they? So I am getting that people's getting fired up in the belly, and that's a good thing because that's when people tend to. Oh, we had the big nurses' strikes. I was just going to say that's when people then end up striking or fighting back against government. Had massive nurse strikes here in New South Wales, massive, huge, mungus yesterday. Just to let you guys know that as well, which is like a form of protesting because they're allowed to march down the streets with all the placards. Mandates didn't help the health industries, did they? Wiped out half their staff. And I think they've still got a lot of those mandates too, to be honest. Let's see where else we go today. Sorry, getting back to that was the fire in their bellies. That, you know, that's when that spark, when you come to life, when you heat it up and you get that motivation to do something about it. That's what the fire in the belly represents. Oh, let's hope it does. Oh my goodness. Let's see. God, I'm getting the Empire State Building again. Is it in New York? I'm thinking it's New York. Empire State Building would have to be in New York, wouldn't it? It's collapsing. Whatever happens there, things are collapsing. Is that the money exchange? I don't know. But the Empire State Building. Anyway, there's a big collapsing of energy there. There's a big breakdown in the circuits in the Empire State Building. They're also showing me, which is interesting, the Statue of Liberty. with the fire in her, whatever you call that thing, that little thing she holds, it's a flame that's burning bright, which represents the freedom of the people. So I still feel like in America, that you're probably getting fight backs. You got people standing up. There's a big collapsing over there, and I would say it's of parts of their narrative, because the spotlight goes on. See, when they start bringing something out, the spotlight goes on it, and then people see it, and then they stand up. So I do feel like in America, there's little spotlights being put on parts of the reset. So certain parts of this rollout might be collapsing and not going sort of to plan, as they would want it to, which is such a shame, isn't it, for them, for their big rollout. So that's what I'm getting in America. People are seeing things. They are. It's so good. Let's see where else we go. Hang on a minute. God, they're showing me people like in the country and people living on farms and people in the country in the rural areas, and they just want to live their life. They just want this simplicity. Let's face it, that's the main reason people move to the country and these rural areas, is to escape the busyness of the city. But they can even still feel like they're being controlled, like it's starting to annoy people even in the rural areas, which it is. They can feel there's like big changes coming in even into these rural areas, especially if they're coming at the farmers. See, we don't know what's happening with the farmers, do we? We don't know what's going on communication-wise or what's happening with a lot of them. I'm sure we will hear about it when we find out what's going on, but I am feeling there's a lot of this fight backs around, well, I'm getting Australia. There'll be fight backs around the rural areas. They'll start to stand up because they just want their simple life. They don't want the dictatorships. We know it's coming. Gosh, yesterday, guys, this is just a bit of interesting information. My hubby was on his computer, and we've got a small home loan. We've got 2 homes, so we've got a small home loan because we've got to, keep the business propped up. It's always good to keep a little bit of something there for flowing and that. And we've got pretty good assets, and this thing popped up about with our actual bank, and they actually said that they no longer give loans out to self-employed, like small business owners. And my hubby thought that's really weird. So he went in and he pretended he was going to get a small loan. He just pretended it was like 20,000 or something like that, just to see what would happen. Anyway, it only took a few minutes. He said it didn't take very long because it was just like this little thing that popped up. Nah. They knocked it back. They wouldn't lend him the money. They said, no, because you're self-employed. Like, what is happening here? I mean, we don't need the money. He was just doing it as a trial because, being awake, you like to know where you're at with your banks. And, they said no. So that he thought it was very, very odd that they're not loaning money to self-employed people. So that could close a lot of businesses down. I mean, we've got 2 staff and everything. We've got a business that's established, like been there for 16 years. So there would be no reason. I mean, we didn't need it. He was just doing it as an experiment, because he said, let's see where this is all going. And that's what they came back with, not loaning anymore to self-employed, which means little business owners. So we know this is what they're doing, guys. They're already starting here in Australia. This one bank and one centralised banking is just going to be bad. It's going to be so bad. How are people ever going to borrow money? Like, how are our kids ever going to borrow money for a house? We were so fortunate back then that we could buy houses cheaply, pay them off, get another house. This is the kind of scenarios a lot of us, I know a lot of you watching my channel are a little bit in my age group, but how are they ever going to do this Oh, it's completely mad. Talk about turn people off having a small business or being self-employed. Um, oh dear, it just goes on, doesn't it? It drives you crazy. I'll see what else we get today. But that was just a little experiment that we did. So if things happen like that to you guys, give it a try and see what they come back with, because it's already starting here in Australia. It is. Because there's no reason why they wouldn't have. I mean, we didn't need it, but you know, why wouldn't they? Just because you're self-employed, it's just ridiculous. Oh God. Anyway, let's see what else we get. Very frustrating, guys. They're saying these global elites, they're trying to they're showing me they're rolling out this red carpet now, and it's like lollies on it. It's like they're trying to do the Candyman. I'm getting the Candyman song, like, who can make a sunrise, or whatever the words are. Sprinkle it with you, la 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 la, and a lollipop or two, or whatever that song is of Willy Wonka, where they're all in the candy shop looking. Well, this is what the government's trying to do now. It's really enticing people. We know all about the platters and the packages they're doing, but now they're like sugarcoating everything with sprinkles and making it so enticing for people that they're going to really want to have that lollipop or that all-day gobstopper or whatever it is. This is what the global elites, they're rolling out their candy shop carpet with all lollipops and lollies on it, and they're making it very enticing for the people to come over. So I'm getting that the Candyman can. We know who the Candyman is. Kay Cotton Schwab would be the Candyman. So they're trying to really entice people now and put all the sprinkles on top. Like, you know, if you get your solar panels, then you're going to get this bonus, no connecting fees, and you're going to be right off the grid. They're going to make it sound so enticing, and you get a free lollipop with it all. You know how it goes. And also, so that's what I'm getting there. They're really rolling out this to make out. They're trying to make it fun. See, that's why I'm getting this Candyman sort of image about, because they're wanting to make it fun, colourful. It's only good. All the Great Reset is only good. There's nothing bad in it. It's all, you know, rainbows and lollipops, as we know. It isn't. Really, the people need to turn this candy mat over, and it'll be just dark brown with no colour and murky on the other side. That'd be the true rollout colour. So they're doing this illusion at the moment and trying to entice people that it's all great, and finishing it with the sprinkles on top, like I said, to entice people. The other thing they were talking about here actually just reminded me the other night, guys, is they were talking about the electric vehicles. They had someone on, of course, an expert, talking about the electric vehicles in Australia and how they're going to have tax exemptions and they're going to do everything. Same sort of thing, you know. And then they actually said that because they really don't want the hybrid vehicles, they really want to go straight to electric cars, because it's more viable to just go straight to the electric car. So they're even trying to squash here the hybrid vehicles. And you see hybrid vehicles everywhere. Everyone's got them. It's a really good option for people. But oh no, of course not, because that's not what they want. So they're now pushing that, yes, they really want to go straight to the electric vehicles. So they will be still taxing or whatever they do on all the hybrids and all that. So trying to entice people again, we know how it goes, steering them in the direction that they want. So the hybrids are probably going to get wiped out pretty quickly as well, and then straight to electric. How's the way they control all this? It's just crazy, guys. I'll see if there's something else to close with today. God, we're at Willy Wonka's today, mate. They're showing me the little boat going through the chocolate river. I don't know if anyone out there hasn't seen Willy Wonka. You might have to go and check it out. There's a scene where this boat's going through the chocolate river, and all the kids are on it with their parents and everything. and then Willy Wonka like loses his shit basically as they go into the tunnel, and it all becomes really busy, and there's all these horrible visuals, and this is almost what the guides are saying to us. This is where people are being taken. They're still being taken into this tunnel of like chaos, madness. It's going to be scary if these people, the sleepwalkers, continue to go into the tunnel. Willy Wonka representing government. And this is what I'm getting. It gets really busy. He says there's something flowing and nobody's knowing, and he talks like this, and he's like a crazy person, and it's almost scary. Well, that's what we're getting for the sleepwalkers. They're like on this boat, and it's all this chaos and confusion, and all the visuals coming up in front of their face, and they're trying to find a way clear out of the tunnel. So they are. The sleepwalkers are looking for light at the other end of the tunnel, which we often talk about. So I'm definitely getting that scene of the boat in the chocolate river and Willy Wonka and the chocolate factory, where, is it Gene Wilder? Willy Wonka loses his mind a bit in this tunnel. Well, that's what's happening at the moment with the sleepwalkers. They're getting scared because their life's turning upside down and chaotic. So that's what we're getting. And we know that in the movie, even when you get out the other side, it's calm waters. But it's getting to the calm waters. That's the challenge. Because a lot of the sleepwalkers, they're tired, exhausted, but they're also stuck in the tunnel. They're still stuck in the tunnel. It's just so frustrating, this whole process. I'll see if there's anything to close with today. I just keep getting this saying, the guides keep saying circumstances don't define you. Circumstances don't define you as a person. And that's true, actually. We could say that. Like, we've been told we're conspiracy theories, tin hat wearers, flat earthers, we're, naughty children that don't comply with the mavericks. But these things don't define us as a person. That's not who we are as a person. See, these are things that have been put upon us. So we have to find that strength. Because circumstances don't define us as a person. Just because this has happened to us doesn't define who we are by that. We're still who we are. And I think a lot of us have stayed pretty true to ourselves, to be honest. So circumstances, and the guides are saying, don't define us. So in other words, what they're saying to me is don't stay trapped in those hurt feelings, those places where we felt isolated, we felt silly, we felt different, because you feel a little bit weird when you go against the norm. It's not easy, as we all know here on my channel, but circumstances don't define you as a person. And that's the interesting part. I often say to my hubby, all the people that argued with me during and I'm sure you guys had it too on Facebook and everything, they're still friends with me on Facebook. It's very strange. I say, why are they still there? And he goes, they're just curious. And maybe they are curious, and they sort of hang on to you because you might be right. They don't know. See, they don't know either. I just sometimes wonder about that. Do you guys have that experience as well, where people have argued with you, but then they stay friends with you? It's just so strange and bewildering to me. And I get tired thinking about these things. Like, I think, why did this happen? Why are we going through this? I know you guys would feel the same way. We just have so many questions. But just to make sure you know, circumstances don't define you. So whatever happens to you, this is in all sorts of experiences in life, whether you've failed, whether you've had a divorce, whether you've lost your job, that doesn't define you. It's about how you handle that situation, pick yourself up and keep moving forward. And that's what we chose to do here on my channel. We chose to pick ourselves up and keep moving in a direction that we wanted to take our lives, and not where we were being told where to go and dictated to. We found our own inner strength and we moved away. I'll just see if there's something else to close with today. I'm getting that Michael Jackson song today. Sometimes we get a song. You are not alone. I am here with you. Oh, it's such a pretty song. It's one of my favourite Michael Jackson songs, actually. He's up on the stage like on his own, but he's not alone. Like, you know, that's what the meaning of the song is. You're not alone. And I think that's why we've all found each other here. We sort of put out that we needed to be with like, or surrounded by like kind, to know that we're not alone in the way that we think, in our madness. And the way we want to move away from government, and the way we want to choose to live our life over here, escaping clown world and moving into Terra Bella, like journey to Terra Bella. And here we all are. We're managing to navigate each day, find joy in the simple things, find happiness again. A lot of us feel free of all those pains and angst and things we used to feel, and we're just getting on with it. Yes, we get affected by things, and we know that the reset's coming at everybody. But if they're not going to listen, there's really nothing we can do about it. So we still have to keep getting on with it. They have to wake up at their own pace. They keep saying that. The other day, like the game of golf, you know, they all hit the ball into different areas, and for some it's harder to get through their emotional hurdles, like the sand bunker that I talked about. So look, I'm going to leave you with that today. We'll go listen to a couple of those songs. You are not alone, because you aren't alone. We've all got each other here. We often chat to each other here, don't we? So I'm going to leave you with that today. So look, take care, everybody. Enjoy your day. I've got sunshine here. I'm going to be mowing again today. I know winter's coming over there, Martin. You've been keeping me up to date with the snowflakes falling in Louise and everybody over there. It sounds like it's getting very, very cold over in those parts. So I'll say goodbye from Australia. Take care, everybody, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye, everyone. Bye.